And 3, 2, 1. Hello there, students. Welcome to Teach Together Try with Mr. Burns. Today we're going to be looking at ordering large numbers, which is of course something you're going to be doing in your assessment and something you need to be able to do in life. So let's have a look at how that might work. Now here's 3 numbers, and forgive me, I'm using some new technology, so it might be a bit funny. Here's 3 numbers, and there's 1 number there, and there's 1 number there, and there's 1 number there, isn't there? Now, we're going to actually order those, and this is the teaching phase, and I'm going to show you how you would order those. And let's talk about ordering these numbers here. Let's talk about ordering them in an ascending manner. Now, ascending means that you go up, so it's a bit like you're going up the mountain. And I always remember that ascending's got an in it, so you're going up. So you're going up the mountain. So we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to go up. So we start at the lowest one when we order in an ascending manner. Now, I think that definitely the first thing to do, whoops-a-daisy, whatever that was. Now, definitely the first thing to do is to turn this big long word number into just like a regular number, like one of these. It's just too hard to understand. This big long sentence number, I can't even understand that. So I'm going to turn that into a nice simple number. I'm going to use digits to write it. And how you would do that is the subject of another video, so I'm going to assume that you can do that. But the first thing we're going to do is get rid of 22,464,204 in a sentence, and let's just turn that into a nice little digitized number. That means we're going to use numbers to write that numbers and not words. Let's do that now. 1, 2, 3, and there it is, as if by magic. There's that same number that we had before, but we've just turned it into numbers, haven't we? So if you're going to be ordering numbers in an ascending way or a descending way, it doesn't matter up or down, let's just make sure they look like numbers first. And then the rest is really easy. You've just got to put these numbers, guys, really into a place value column. And I think that's important to have a look at. So let's just go and have a look at the place value column now. And there it is, guys. That's the place values column, and it's probably good just to have a look at before I go shoving numbers in it. Here's your units, and here's your tens, and here's your hundreds, and here's your thousands, and here's your 10,000s, and there's your 100,000s, and there's your millions, and there's your tens of millions. Okay? And over here, by the way, this is decimals. We're not looking at decimals today, but a few of you smarty pants might be a bit interested in that. So what the place value column helps us to do is to organize and understand numbers, which is really important. It helps us to put numbers into some sort of structure that shows us what are the units, what are the tens, what are the hundreds, and what are the thousands. And if you don't know the place value column, it's time that you learnt it. Let's go put some of these numbers into the place value column now and see which is the bigger number. Okay, off we go. Okay, and there's our first number, just this one, guys. This one here, 22,464,204. I've popped it into that place value column. There it is. 20 million, and then you've got your 2 million, then 400,000s, then 60,000s, then 4,000s, then 200s, 0 tens, and 4 units. And if you read that number properly, it's 22,464,204. I'm just going to pop those other 2 numbers in there as well now, thanks guys. If it makes it easier, I'll put in the commas. Sometimes that actually makes it easier for people, so I'll just pop those in there for you. We usually separate triplets. We usually separate starting from the right hand side, 3 numbers, then separate the next 3 numbers and separate the next 3 numbers. I'm just going to put in those other numbers now. And there you go, I've added those numbers. Here's this number here, this one here, in case you're suddenly getting a heart attack and going, where did these numbers come from, Mr. Burns? This number here that I'm currently indicating is simply this number here, just all stretched out, okay? and this number down the bottom here, okay, in case you're wondering where that came from, is simply just this number here, again just all stretched out and put in its proper place value columns. But the place value columns help us to really see just what each number is built from. And remember, we're trying to we're trying to organize these numbers in ascending order. Now, you remember what ascending meant? Ascending meant it's got the sound in it, doesn't it? So ascending means that we're going up, like the movie Up. We're going up, okay? So that means we've got to find the bottom number. And once we put our numbers in the place value chart, it becomes really easy. So the first thing to check is, do they all have the same number of digits? Because if one had less digits, then that would be the smallest number. But they've all got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 digits. Okay, they've all got 8 digits. So we're going to actually have to look at the value of the numbers in the place value columns. Okay, so what's the smallest one? Well, let's start over here. You always start off over on the far left hand side. Okay, whenever you're checking the value of a number, you always start over on the far left hand side as far as you can over here. That's your left. Okay, don't start over here. No, don't do that. I'm going to cross that out because that's wrong. Start over here. Thank you. Well, let's look at the first one. Oh, 2 lots of 10 million. Okay, this one down here's got 6 lots of 10 million, and this one's got 6 lots of 10 million. So straight away we can see that because this has only got 2, that's our lowest number. So can we call that number 1, please? That's the lowest one. Remember, we're going in ascending order, so we're starting at the bottom. Okay. Now all we've got to do is look at these numbers. Which one is the next lowest? Okay. Which one is the next lowest? Okay. All right. So this is equal, isn't it? This has got 6 lots of 10 millions, and that's got 6 lots of 10 millions. Aha! But when we come to the next bit, this is just 6 millions, whereas that is 7 millions, isn't it? So that means that this number here is our next biggest number. So we can actually put a 2 there because that's ascending. Remember, 1, 2, we're going up. And by default, just because it's the last one left, this number here must be our largest number, and it is. It's 67 million. So let's just pop that down. That's number 3. Okay. Now, I hope that has been useful to you. I think that will help you with the activity that you're going to do. If you've got any questions, do come and see me or one of your teachers. And remember, A for ascending and D for descending. D for descending. Of course, descending means you are going down. Okay? Down the mountain. D for down. All right. Thank you for listening. I hope that this was helpful.